lucky! Patansunan po kada pa sa Fratello. I'm going to fly for you.
TF2's and generally sources modding has always been great. You got some passionate people who dedicate hours, even days used to make a fun item for people to enjoy. With TF2 I've noticed a few popular map genres. One of them being Minecraft, which isn't too much of a surprise, some variants of Two Fort or High Tower, and Nintendo related maps. It's kind of funny, Valve and Nintendo have few things in common. Both are known for having great games, have a cult following, and both hate their fans. Valve neglects their games and doesn't bother to keep them a playable state, while Nintendo will send a tactical unit to hunt down someone making a Mario mod on something like Gmod. Yeah, after that fiasco with Garry's mod, I got this idea to go over TF2's maps that were based on some Nintendo property, so well known and maybe some obscure. I think it will be pretty fun and show that despite Nintendo's hostility towards mods, their fans still want to make fun levels based on their games.
Yeah!
So let's start off with a map that I have covered multiple times. The Mariokart2 B3 is one of my favorite levels of all time, and it just happens to be Mario related. It's just a fun deathmatch map that offers great movement options. Like you can get to the main building's roof with the cannon, shooting this power block, or using this booster pads you can get to the blimp which drops nuke. You can drive these cars which have these pipes that you can exit from Spawn's portal, which takes you faster to the action. And then there's the hub area, which you can enter through these pipes, and then you can enter your car's pipe, these big pipes near the speed pads, or go to an alternative world if you have collected all 16 presents. The secret world is more like a fun area where you can do a bunch of fun activities like beach ball, mic spam, kill HSH, this minigame which name I can't remember, and pyro tennis. There's also a disco that you can enter normally or from the roof, but overall I just missed this map so much as it was so much fun back in the day, and it was so satisfying to spam camp the entire team as only engineer, and I will want to do that again.
Go horse, go!
Next up we got Hyrule, that's been ported from Ocarina of Time 3D. I have played a bit of Ocarina in my 2DS, but other than that I don't really know much about the game, but despite not being entirely familiar with it, this map impresses me as it's been faithfully ported to the source engine. The only things that haven't been ported are all the different dungeons, but that's fine with me as this is already great. You got the town, the castle, the forest, the desert area, ram ranch, and so much more. And what's even more impressive is that you can enter most buildings, and while you can't do much in most places, it's still pretty cool. It's sometimes crazy to think that source engine that's notoriously known for its spaghettiness and maps being enclosed is able to do all of this. Luckily there are a few ways to get around the map as you spawn in a hub area and can choose which location you want to go to. And sometimes there are these stones that teleport you to places that don't have a quick travel in the hub area. You can also collect some of these stones to open up this door in the Temple of Time, which takes you to the Sacred Realms. There isn't much there, but hey, it's still cool. Overall, while I'm not a fan of Zelda, I still think this map is very impressively done, and if I didn't have any other maps to cover, I would have liked to go in much more detail. So if you're a Zelda and TF2 fan, make sure to start a server that runs this map.
I need some doggone help!
Alright, as I've covered this map earlier, I'll try to be quick with it too. Mario Kart is probably the most recognizable Nintendo map in TF2. We all know why it's the most popular, it's because of Team Fabulous 2, but the map is overall quite fun. It has a nice layout where there's plenty of room to move around in. The signs that are placed around the map are like a time capsule to early 2010s. You also get different vehicles, but they don't offer the same kind of mobility like earlier Mario Kart did, but they're neat. There are a bunch of different secrets like fake paintings that take you to secret roads, a swimming pool that takes you to another swimming pool, and so much more. There are also the control points that I'm not exactly sure does anything as I have never seen anyone cap them, but overall this map is pure nostalgia and playing on it makes me happy, and with Team Fabulous 2 it ensured this map will never be forgotten. Before we look at our final map, I want to at least mention this fun map and its variations. Outset Island is a level ported from Wind Waker and it's absolutely beautiful. I like how the map maker kept the cel-shaded textures as it's just a treat to play around the map. You got this weird stone with a face, this rock platform, suspension bridge, you also spawn in these boats, and finally there's this cave jungle area. And fun fact, there are some earlier variations of the level. First being this Capture the Flag version, which is more of a remake than a port, and it's really vibrant. It isn't as massive as the port, and there are some changes like red spawning in the small village while blue spawns at the mountain. There's this big cave next to red spawn that leads to the suspension bridge and you can get to the tower as the ladders are broken. And then there's the zombie fortress version, which is pretty much the same map, but now it looks more depressing. There are some planks in the rock parts and now you can get to the watching tower with either the ladder or the spiraling rock. I struggle to decide what version to show off in this video, but fuck it, you get 3 in 1. Now, about the last map.
Now I've seen everything.
Oh!
Spiral Mountain is pretty much a port from the original N64 game, and I know Banjo isn't exactly a Nintendo game anymore, but it was released originally on that platform and come on, this map is cool. I really like how expansive the level is. You get these beehives that can be destroyed, counters that teleport or launch you somewhere else. You can sometimes run into Brentilda, who doesn't really do anything other than circle bullets and stares at you. Your normal pickups have been turned into the collectibles you find from the games, and you can even collect the jigsaws which can be put into the paintings. And get this, you got all of Grandilda's lair which can explode to your heart's content, and you can even turn into a pumpkin. How cool is that? And at the end of the level you can get to the rooftop where the final fight will happen, but I guess Grandilda is on a break, so that's the reason it doesn't appear. These maps are just proof how much the games on Nintendo's platforms have impacted everyone's life. Like if your fanbase is willing to port some entire levels to the old ass engine to just play in different games, it just goes to show how great these games are. But thank you for watching. Do leave a like if you want to see more like this in the future, comment your own favorite Nintendo related map down below and have a nice day.
E tutte le cotture catturate un simparachete. Va bene, sotto scuramente badano prosciutto, dai. Hey!
Whew! That was close.